Alright, NET-201, LAN WAN. It's Tuesday. We did, they finished getting their network up and running, and we did access control list a little bit, and we went through teleworker. Alright, this is just FYI. These are the addresses that the individuals have. We're short just one. We did an access list. I'll come back to this in a minute. We'll review the notes. This is the network. All of those addresses are 192.168, and then it went .1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then they created workstations out on the networks. Alright, so we got that up and working. So an EIGRP, all the devices are numbered from the right to the left, the individual ones, and they have a handout. Well, they probably don't have it now, but device 11, 12, 13, 14, all the way. We skipped 17, went to 18, 19, 20. And the routers, this is router 22, 23, 24, and this is device 2, which is a multi-layered switch acting as our cloud. Okay, access list, we're going to deny access to port 80, the internet. So we did a deny TCP, and we came up with this. We had this particular network down here. So we're ignoring those last 3 bits over there. You can see how this matches that on top there, that 192.168.7.8. So this part has to match in the access list. This part we can ignore, so it's all ones. We have an any because we're going to anywheres out on the internet. Then we have port 80. And then they can put this access list in 2 forms. You can use where you use a number. If you're using IP, a number 100 up through 199, or you can use a named access list and put it in here. You would need a permit IP any after this to make it work. And we actually typed one in and looked at it in the routers. Okay, so we have those notes. This is the network we're using for the scenario. Then we covered teleworkers. You know, coming in remotely, either site to site, or maybe we have where we need to connect mobilely, where we're out at a motel or from home, and we ran through these methods of doing this. You can dial in, use dial-up. You can use asymmetric DSL, digital subscriber line. You have a modem on your end. You connect to the DSLAM, and you notice these all connect. Here we showed the internet, or you could be connecting through a traditional layer 2 connection also between your sites. Okay, so we use cable modem. You can have a cable modem on your end, have your device going through some routing device through their head end, and they would connect in then through their ISP. You can go satellite, up in the air to the satellite and back down and connect in, or we have now mobile connections, so 3G, 4G, whether they're using WiMAX or LTE, and then we just listed that cell phone technology is different from this here. So we have all these options, and then we talked about nowadays going through maybe the internet, through ISPs connected, and creating a virtual private network through the internet, creating some tunnel through there. In order to do that, we have the components, we have a network on each end, we have the internet in the middle, we have a gateway device to manage the software to allow this to happen. How do we do it? We encapsulate what we're sending, and a lot of times we'll encrypt it in order to maintain confidentiality, integrity, and we have some way to authenticate. All right. Components. These two items here, and these three things that's typically done for a VPN. A couple other terms. We talked about pre-shared key briefly. You have the key on both ends, or you can use RSA signatures as some method of using a public and private key in order to set up your encryption. Or you could use that to actually establish a key on each end. In VPNs, you'll hear talk of these major things. IPsec protocol, this is a framework, whether we're using ESP, ESP plus AH, or just AH. What type of encryption? DES, triple DES, AES. The integrity and authentication, MD5 or SHA as far as hashing, and then Diffie-Hellman. What different type of Diffie-Hellman that you're using. We're going to talk more specifically about this on Thursday. We'll review this on Thursday. We take the pre-assessment on teleworkers Thursday at the beginning of class, and then we're going to do some more access lists, and we'll talk more about the specifics of teleworkers, and we're actually going to introduce, on Thursday we'll introduce NAT and DHCP. We'll continue to use this network and creating access lists. The students can remote into that and practice access lists, and we'll take the assessment on access list at the end of class on Thursday. And that's it.